guys, happy holidays. So today I wanted to do another holiday-ish look. So today it's kind of a very dramatic, dark, going out for the holidays, I guess, kind of look. If there's any Christmas parties coming up that's, you know, going out and about and you're getting all dressed up, this would maybe be good for that. I rarely ever do anything this dark actually, but I figured I'd throw in a little variety. I did today use some of my new Morphe Brushes Individual Eyeshadows for the first time. So here is the palette I did get. And in this look, I use this color right here, and this color, and this color, and this color. The gold color is 75. It's a really pretty kind of coppery gold. And then the forest green color I got is 73. Those are both shimmery. And then the black color is basically just a matte black, and it's number 28. And then the white color is a matte white, and it is number 40. So I think those are the only colors that I used in this particular look. I'm thinking of maybe doing some more tutorials with some of the other colors. If that's something that you're interested in, let me know. I do actually really like these. Considering they're only $2 each, I think that's kind of amazing. I did figure that these shimmery colors were a little bit more pigmented than their matte colors. I mean, they're not necessarily chalky or anything, but that is like, the shimmer is like, wow, beautiful, and the mattes are like, meh, they're okay. And then I do feel like the individual shadows are better than their pre-made palettes. That's just my opinion. I did swatch them in the store, so I was able to kind of compare. So this I kind of did put in, this is a big mirror, sorry, a little palette that I could buy separately and then put them in. So these were my chosen colors. And I tried to pick colors that I don't really have many of. Anyway, so if you are interested in seeing this smoked out holiday look, then keep watching. Alright guys, so first off, I'm going to prime my eyes using MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. And I'm just going to use my fingertips to rub that all upon that eye area, because it's nice to get the warmth from the fingertips to kind of help it blend better. Next, I'm going to use Bamboo from MAC. This is basically just my transition color. It'll help all the blending later on be a little bit easier. It's pretty much just any color that'll match your skin tone will do just fine. I'm then going to warm up the crease area mainly using MAC's Rule eyeshadow. This is basically an orange. That is what this color is. I just like the way that this is going to look to pop next to the greens that I'm going to be using. And it also connects the kind of coppery gold that I'm going to be using on my lower lash line, yada yada yada. You get the gist, you'll see. And then I'm going to be going back in quite a bit with the large fluffy blending brush as usual to make sure everything is as seamless as possible. Next, I decided I wanted to use the white color from Morphe. It's the first time using it. It's the 40 color. They don't really have color names, they just have numbers, so it is 40. And I'm just using that to kind of lighten up the inner eye area before I get all dark, you know, with the rest of the colors that I'm going to be going in, because it's going to get a little crazy for a little bit, you guys, so just beware. Alright, so now to darken it up, I am going to take MAC's Smolder Eye Kohl. This is just a black eyeliner. It's pretty good with blending though. I'm gonna just apply it to the outer corners of the eyes, basically in a V shape. It doesn't have to be perfect because I am gonna be smudging it out and then putting color on top of it. Here I am taking the rubber smudger brush. I don't really know what these are called, but I'm just basically softening up the edges so that it's not a super harsh disconnect. Even though, like I said, there will be a color being put on top anyway, so don't stress too much about it. So I am taking the matte black eyeshadow from Morphe Brushes in number 28, and I am just putting it directly on top of where I put the liner. This basically just sets that liner so that it's not just all over the place, I guess. So next I am taking number 73 from Morphe Brushes. This is such a pretty color. It's kind of a sparkling forest green color. It really, the video does not do it justice. It's really pretty. This is I don't even know yet because I haven't used all the colors, but one of my favorites that I got from Morphe Brushes so far. And I am putting it all atop where I just did the blacks so that the edges basically are going to be a deeper version of this color and more pigmented, if that makes sense. That's why I put the black underneath. And then I'm going to basically apply it all around the edges of where the black was as well. So that way the outer area of where the black was is going to be softer and less harsh, and then it's going to be deeper where the black was. You know, does that make sense? Anyway, and then I'm taking that large fluffy blending brush and softening it up a little bit more and making it just, you know, all smooth up in there because it's going to get crazy. I don't want to look like I got beat up, basically. And then I kind of just went back in with a smaller blending brush with no added product just to kind of soften it up a little bit more right directly where that disconnect was from the green to the transition color. And I may have taken a little bit of transition color on the brush too, just to kind of soften it up. And here I did take a little bit more of that number 73 from Morphe Brushes just to kind of make sure that it was still there enough and didn't get lost from all of that large fluffy blending going on. Next, with the other side of that shader brush that I applied the forest green color, I'm spraying it with Fix Plus, and I'm using MAC's Guilt by Association. This is a mineralized eyeshadow of theirs, and it is basically like a pressed pigment. It's super shimmery, glittery, gorgeous, kind of an olive green, gold almost. I don't know. It's one of my favorites, and I don't reach for it that often because it's such a specific color that I don't ever know when to use it. But I figured it's the holidays. I'm going for it. So I'm just mainly applying that to the inner to mid lid area and blending it into that forest green. And then again, softening up the edges. So I use that same white number 40 Morphe Brushes eyeshadow to highlight under my brow bone. Since there's so much glitter going on and shimmer for this look, I did not want to use the same thing for any of my highlights. So this is the perfect just white standout matte color to highlight. And since I had it out and ready already, I was starting to lose that white that I had on the inner tear duct. So I'm going to go ahead and reinforce that a little bit. Okay, so that I don't look too crazy, I like to use my MAC makeup remover wipes to kind of wipe a perfect straight line from directly underneath my eyes up towards the outer corner. It kind of almost makes it look like I have liner on. Does that make sense? And I did kind of wipe a little bit hard initially, so the edges of my eyes look a little red. Sorry, I kind of have sensitive skin, so I end up having to try to work on covering that later on. You will see. But moving on, I am using Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pure Face Primer for sensitive skin, and I am just using my hands to rub that all in my main T-zone areas on my face. And then because I am using Kat Von D's Lock-It Tattoo Foundation today, I use color Light 45. I like to spray with my face with Fix Plus first to kind of hydrate the face because I feel like this is a pretty heavy foundation. So I don't want it to just drag. I want it to be a little bit smoother. And I'm just using my Real Techniques Flawless Face Brush or Face Perfector brush or whatever. You guys, it's the mint that you can buy on its own. But I'm just buffing that all around my face, making sure that it's covering real nicely, because I don't know if you guys already noticed or not, but I have a ridiculous burn on my chin, so I've been super self-conscious. No, it's not a breakout, but it's just a lumpy burn. Cool life of pizza sauce. How does that even happen? I feel like my braid was kind of getting in the way for this one. Alright, now with MAC's Pro Longwear Concealer in NW15, I am just going to apply that in the triangles under my eyes. And this will brighten the under eye area and help conceal any discoloration and all that jazz. Oh, and I am using my damp beauty blender, by the way. Obviously, right? And as you can see, by the time I get to the corners of the eyes and realize how red I made it from rubbing so hard, I have to go back in and dot a little bit more concealer. But it's okay. It does fade because it really is just my skin kind of irritated with me. A little too rough. Anywho, so that's why I'm having to work at this. My bad. Moving on, I am going to use MAC's Sculpting Powder in Emphasize. I believe this is a pro color, so you can either get it on the MAC website or else at a pro standalone store. But I think that this is still my favorite for under eye setting, even more so than my Anastasia Beverly Hills. Since I've purchased that, I've been trying to use that more, but I still find myself wanting to use this over it. And then I'm going to dust that along the high points of my face just for a little added brightening. Because why not? Then to set my entire face, I am using MAC's Prep and Prime Transparent Finishing Powder. And I'm just using a large fluffy blending brush and doing my thing all over my face. To contour my face today, I am using MAC Sculpting Powder in Shadowy, and I'm taking a slanted contour brush and just applying it in the line of in between my cheekbone and my jawbone, basically. And then I will take a larger, this is basically a blush brush, using MAC's Blunt blush color, which is basically kind of a bronzy color, minus the shimmer. And I'm gonna blend that into the contour and then use that to bronze the rest of my face. So around my hairline and jaw, all that such. Once I get that to my liking, I like to take the large powder brush and just kind of redust over to make sure there's no harsh lines. And now to highlight the rest of my face, I am using Mary Luminizer by The Balm, and I am just applying that where the light would hit me from above. So cheekbones, above my upper lip, above the brows, all that good stuff. And then at the last minute I decided I wanted to contour my nose just a little bit, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, so then I am taking that Smolder Eye Kohl by MAC again, and I'm just applying it to the outer, very, very outer edge of the lower lash line, and then blending that out a little bit with the smudger brush. And I'm just kind of blending it up to where the color ends from the upper eye area. I'm then taking the gorgeous number 75 coppery gold color from Morphe Brushes, and I am just sweeping that all around that lower lash line. And I'm mainly concentrating on the inner to mid area of the lash line as well, but you know, whatever you want to do. I just really felt like this color would pop against all that darkness that we had up top. So then to line the outer area of the upper lash line, I am using Stilla's Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner. And I basically start the line off directly, kind of continuing the line of my bottom lash line, if that makes sense, and just taking it directly out, kind of towards the edge of my eyebrows. And then I connect it. I found that that's kind of the easiest way to do it. Everyone does it differently, and I was having issues trying to film it, so they're done. And then I'm just going over top with that Guilt by Association by MAC just to make sure that that didn't get lost with the liner. Next, I am taking L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara and applying it to the lower and upper lashes, of course. And then, you know what? I felt like I wanted a little more red pop or something to kind of bring it back to Christmas time. So I decided to use MAC's Red Brick eyeshadow and apply that just to the outer area of the lower lash line and connect that into the, you know, number 75 Morphe color that I had already applied to that lower lash area. And then again, the white I didn't feel like was holding in there good enough, so I went over that one last time. And with that, one last blend, make sure I'm satisfied. So now to lips. I couldn't decide what to use, so I had a dance party apparently. But I decided to go with a nude lip-ish, so I just outline with Stone lip liner from MAC, just so that my lips don't get lost with my pale skin, basically, because the color I decided to use is super nude. It's almost like a concealer for your lips, basically. So this will at least keep them more defined in the nudie state they're about to be in. Because I'm going to use MAC's Mist lipstick. And does anyone else feel like it's just super dry concealer color, basically? Anywho, I can't remember exactly what color this was, but it was the Moxie lip gloss from Bare Essentials. Just to top it off, I'll try to link it below. So here's the final look. I did add some red cherry lashes, and if you have any requests, let me know. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks, you guys. Hope you enjoyed. See ya!